Good morning, student. In this representation of geographical feature, the first chapter, in our last class we discussed about different contour line and how in a map elevation and height are being shown, and different colors are used in different to specify different physical feature or any features. So today we will study about the identification of landform through uh, contour line. Let me tell you once again the understanding of contour and elevation. Um, you can see the picture understanding contour and elevation. Here one hill or mound have been shown, how the contour line have been drawn with different elevation level. Look at the slopes. uh, Different height have been uh, drawn and shown exactly in that drawing, and it will give a very detailed idea how the elevation have been there. So in contour line on a map, you must see the index line also and the numbers that represent the elevation of that place. This is all about contour line and elevation, but there are many different shape that we need to understand and we have to identify through the topo sheet or through the in geographical map. So to identify different landform through contour line, you have to understand the shape and the way the lines have been drawn. You can see the type of slope is uh, drawn with a little bit space, then it is gentle slope. If the lines have been drawn or closely packed, very closely it is drawn, then you can take it that it is a steep slope. You must have an idea about gentle slope and steep slope. Contour line not only gives the idea about the steep slope and the gentle slope, but also the height of a place or an elevation of an mound or any physical features. So the index line, that means a deep dark brown line with number represent the index line. From there each interval there is another line, and it may be 20 meter, 50 meter or 100 meter. At that interval one line have been drawn, and that represent the height of a elevated place. Now let us look into the identification of different terrain feature through contour line. Let us first go to a simple physical feature, a conical hill. It is just raised almost uniformly. That a conical hill with uniform slope and narrow top is represented by concentric contour spaced almost at regular interval. The narrow top of the hill, the top of the hill is called as peak. So from that contour line you can have an idea about the height of the conical peak. Now let us have a look into another landform, that is plateau. We know that plateau is the tableland. It just a abruptly elevated place, a plain place that is just abruptly elevated. So plateau is a widely stretched flat top highland with relatively steeper slope, means at the edge of the plateau, that is the slope is steep. So with a very big plain area, it had a steeper slope rising above the adjoining plain. From that plain area, it just rises above, or it can also find near a sea. Now let us look into a ridge. A ridge is a long narrow range of hill, quite steep, with alternate peak and depression, or a valley. They usually separate river valleys. The contour of a ridge are long and narrow, or elliptical in shape. The lines are close together on both sides, indicating a steep slope. You can see that a ridge, I just gave a photo of a ridge. Ridge also can be act as an end point of a watershed or catchment area. Usually you will see that from a catchment area, or from the area from where all the rain waters are flowing towards one channel or one stream. So ridge is that end point from where all the waters are um, draining towards the channel. After ridge, now let us have a look into another type of landform, that is gap. Gap is a low area between two higher elevation land masses such as mountain. Uh, it is a depression or valley which cuts through a range of hill by river, river or flowing of water. A ridge is an end point from where water flows down, and gaps are the depression area in where it makes a cut between two hills and makes a depression. You can see in this picture, through the contour line we can be sure that 150 line 150, then 130, 110, 90, 70, 80, and there is gap. That means from 150 it is going down towards gap, and the gap is the depression or a cut down place where water is being flown. Now let us look into another type of physical feature, that is called saddle. Saddle is a low point between two areas of high ground. A low point between two areas of high ground means usually between two peak of mound or mountain, there is a low area that can be called as a saddle. A saddle is most easily identified as low wide depression between two hilltop or peaks, resembling the saddle of a horse. After saddle, another landform are there, that is called col. When the depression between two peaks is narrow at higher level. You just remember, the depression between two peaks is narrow at higher level. It is called a col. So you might remember the southernmost point of India is Indira Col. So it is a col, and it is a depression between two peaks. Another physical feature is our pass. A pass is a mountain pass, is a low point between two areas of higher elevation, providing a route. You remember, providing a route between two peaks or two higher elevated area to cross over the other side of the ridge. Ridge is a end line or a continuous elevated line from where it is divided usually. Especially rainwater is divided into two side. The one side the rainwater goes down, and in another side the rainwater goes down to another channel. So from the ridge it makes a way to cross it. So we have in India, we have many passes like Karakoram Pass, Nathula Pass, and many more passes are there in Himalayan mountain that allows people to come to our country. This is the easiest way. Rather than climbing a higher peak mountain, it is better way to cross the mountain and come to another side of the mountain. So it is a pass. It gives a route or a passage to go to another side of the mountain. This is all about identification of different physical feature through the shape of contour line or different shape of the contour index line. We can be sure about the shape of the landform we found in that particular area. Now let us have a look into the cultural feature in a topographical map. Cultural feature in a topographical map usually indicates the man-made features like a village, town, road, factories, buildings, temples. All these man-made features are cultural features. We need to understand about it, and we have to recognize the feature that is present in a topographical map. In cultural feature of topographical maps comes the settlement. Settlements are towns and villages where basic infrastructure like water, electricity and road are provided. Usually town and villages definitely have a road, electricity. However, in India there are several settlements without water or electricity. Industry, transport and other feature also can be found in a topographical map. In a topographical map, settlements are shown in red color. In topo sheet, deserted villages, cities or temporary settlement are also shown with blank red color blank box. And it is worthy to tell you that it is the site means site is the land on which settlement or village is built. Settlements are of three four types. One is linear settlement, nucleated settlement, dispersed settlement and last one radial settlement. Let us have a look into linear settlement. Linear settlements are settlements where the buildings are constructed in line. Usually you will see that in one big road on the both side there is houses or buildings have been constructed. So it can be, if that is confined only to one line, then it will be called as linear settlements. Nucleated settlements are the one where the houses are grouped closely together, often around the central road or many central building business places. It is usually found. It it is found on both side of the road and other roads, and just like a nucleus, it seems it is called nucleated settlements. Another type of settlement is dispersed settlement. Dispersed settlements are one where houses are scattered over a wide area. This settlement can be identified in survey maps by red square spread over a wide area. Usually, the, villages near jungle or a wide green areas, you will find this type of settlements where houses are placed one in one direction, and after some distance another houses are found. That is dispersed settlement, dispersed in different wide areas. A low point between two areas, sorry, it is a radial settlement. Another type of settlement is radial settlement. Such settlements are common in town and villages where dwellings spread out in several directions. Usually a center point is there, maybe a temple, maybe a business place, maybe a central place where others are coming and going. In that type of place, radial settlements are found where all buildings and houses are spread out in different directions. That is called radial settlements. After settlement from the topo sheet, we can take out an idea that uh, what type of means of livelihood can be found. Suppose there is cultivable lands are there, then agriculture, gardening, if any orchards are there, then orchard farming or plantation. It can be different occupation of that area. So occupation, to find occupation of that area, we have to use our common sense, that what type of livelihood options can be found in that particular area with related to geographical features. Usually livelihood option or occupation are not mentioned in a topo sheet, but questions are being asked, what can be the occupation of that area, or what are the livelihood options are found in that area. But we have to use our common sense related by looking at concerned physical features. We have to write the uh, occupation of that place. Another one is our conventional signs and symbols. Conventional signs and symbols are widely accepted signs. It is used in map and different sketch and diagram. It is used. So it is widely accepted sign or sign system which signify an idea or concept. They represent different feature on a map and are not drawn to a scale. They are important because symbol can be used to depict feature like cities, road, railways, um, uh, trees, temples, school buildings, So it can be um, identify with the symbols. So symbol and signs are very important to read a map. At last, I suggest you to read thoroughly the different key point, and if you have any doubt, you ask me question. You send me to my number, and it is very important to remember what type of lines are drawn and how it is drawn. So it is important, and I request you to draw and label different landform given in the book. And uh, you also have to collect from different source the sign and symbol that is used in different map and topo sheets. You collect it and draw it in your geography note. uh, this all for today, and if any question I will answer you for this all. To have a good day.